The Simpsons has been running since 1989, and in those 35 years has amassed 36 seasons and 774 episodes. At least as of the time I'm writing this, in 3 days a new one airs, so by the time you're watching this, that'll definitely be outdated. Anyway, due to the fact there's so many episodes and it's been running for so long, it had many home media releases, an insane amount, and today I plan to cover everything. Every DVD, VHS, Blu Ray, PSP UMD, all of it. There's a lot to cover, so let's just get straight into it. Also, I'm likely to miss out at least one thing, so feel free to comment about anything I missed. Anyway, time to start off with the season DVDs. Starting on September 24th, 2001, The Simpsons would release in DVD box sets that contain the season across 3 or 4 discs. 3 for the first season since it's only 13 episodes, and 4 for the rest. There are 4 different boxes for these releases, with the spine design not changing, which is great because they all match together on a shelf now. Although seasons 18 and 19 don't have the character heads, but oh well, I can live with that. Seasons 1 to 5 have this fold-out design similar to the South Park DVDs from my last video. The boxes all have a hole in them, with the Simpsons on their iconic couch in that hole, and when you remove the actual inside there'll be something behind it, so the hole is still filled. A nice touch. And if you flip it around and slide it in the other way, the design still matches, and you get a different design, so you could just choose your favourite. Not to mention, inside you also get a booklet that lists the episodes along with their runtime and release date. This is a very high quality booklet being printed on nice high quality paper and in colour, with detailed info. They could have just listed the episodes on the inside, but they went through the extra effort making it feel more premium, and it shows. You also get a message from Matt Groening inside, and there's more because the disc's designs match with the design underneath, so it looks nice when the discs are in their slot. But unlike the South Park ones, which were the same under, these ones are different. So like the box, you get 2 designs. One when you have the discs in, and one when it's out. Also, look at the season 2 discs. You can swap the heads of the characters. Someone truly put a ton of effort into perfecting these DVDs, and it shows. Actual 10 out of 10. There's so much detail and they thought of every aspect of the box. Whilst we're talking about it, it's important to note that the season 3 DVD contains the episode Stark Raving Dad, which as you may know was banned following the 2019 documentary Leaving Neverland, which talks about the bad things Michael Jackson, who voice acted in this episode, did. However, this DVD was released in 2003, so it's still there for you to watch. And this is the only episode not on Disney+. Anyway, the perfect design, as I called it, is changed for seasons 6 to 10, and whilst not as good as the 1 to 5 design, this is still good, at least this version is, but I will get to that. The actual box itself still takes up the same amount of room as the old design, so I'm not sure how necessary it was to actually change the design, but oh well. So just keep the hole in the box that has something beneath it, which is cool, especially season 6, because this design is based around the episode Who Shot Mr. Burns, and if you slide the inside out and slide it back in the other way around, boom, there's your answer. So moving on to the actual inside, you can see they did keep the high quality booklet, which is good, but the fold-out design has been changed for this one, where the discs are still in their little plastic slots, but now they're stacked on top of one another. I do prefer the previous design, but hey, this is still great, and the same amount of detail seems to be put into this one as the other one. These designs are great and all, but remember how I said this version of season 6 to 10 is good? Well, originally, when season 6 released, it came in this plastic Homer head-shaped case, which people didn't like, mostly because 1, this doesn't match the rest of the DVDs and doesn't look good on a shelf, and 2, the actual plastic used to make the box was cheap and flimsy, so it was very fragile and sometimes just wouldn't close properly. Since the previous box sets were so great, that this just seemed pretty cheap. Because of this, there was a number printed inside, which was actually the wrong number, but if you called the right number, you'd be directed to a website where you can order a replacement cardboard case. Great! In the UK, we just got this as a regular version, with the plastic one being a collector's version, and for the following seasons 7 to 10, the cardboard case is returned, with the plastic heads being available as a collector's edition for anyone who wanted it. The box would change again for seasons 11 to 17, and this is my least favourite design. So instead of the firm cardboard outside, it was replaced with this cardboard container that when we take the inside out, it's just very flimsy and feels cheaply made. Like, these were incredibly high quality, which set the bar very high, and these just don't live up to that. So inside we get this giant cardboard container that has nice artwork when you fold it out, but the discs themselves aren't kept in a plastic container anymore. They're just in a cardboard sleeve, and it doesn't feel as great to store these discs in that way, honestly. I appreciate that the little booklet is still here, but I wish they kept the older designs. Also, the hole in the box is gone now too, so Anyway, the Season 17 DVD released in 2014, and prior to this, they released pretty regularly, at least once a year, but for the next 3 years, there was no release until the Season 18 DVD on December 5th, 2017, which changed the box again, but only slightly. Now there's this little sleeve over the box, and the box itself feels more high quality and less flimsy. Other than that, it's just the same as before. The final season release was Season 19 on December 2nd, or 3rd in the US, 2019. Season 20 was also released on DVD, but it was released in 2010, so it's not not actually the last release. And this one was actually distributed by Walt Disney Studios Home Entertainment, since this was after Disney bought Fox, and we haven't gotten a new release in about 5 years, and I don't think we ever will. Disney has always seemingly been weird about letting people own their stuff, even back when VHS was just becoming big. Disney originally didn't want to release their films on VHS so they could get more money re-releasing them in theaters, because that way, every time someone wants to watch it, they have to pay again. And they also stopped the Family Guy and Futurama DVDs. It seems like the only reason this even exists is to fill the gap between 18 and 20, and please the people who bought every other one. But after this, they stopped. Also, I gotta say, seasons 6 to 17 received a higher quality collector's edition, season 6 to 10 having a character's head as a plastic case, and 11 to 17 as a 3D character's head on a regular box. Moving on from the season releases, I'm next going to cover the movie releases. The Simpsons movie originally released in theaters on July 21st, 2007, with the DVD, VCD and Blu Ray being released on December 3rd, 2007 for Region 2, December 5th, 2007 for Region 3 and 4, and on December 18th, 2007 for Region 1. The DVD release came with some bonus features being a commentary track by James L. Brooks, Matt Groening, Al Jean, Mike Scully, David Silverman, Dan Castellaneta, and Yeardley Smith, and a second director's commentary by David Silverman, Mike B. Anderson, Stephen Dean Moore, and Rich Moore. It also features some deleted scenes entitled Levels, which was a scene in which an early version of Russ Cargill, who is this guy, explains the exact levels of pollution in Springfield has reached. Springfield News, which features farm and sports reports from Kent Brockman's segment, DMV, in which the residents of Springfield attack the DMV, Sausage Truck, in which Homer raids a sausage truck in Alaska, Emperor Mo, in which Mo declares himself the emperor of the town, and an alternate ending, which is pretty similar to the actual ending, except this one features an extra shot of the pig, Santa's little helper, and that creature with a bunch of eyes repainting the doghouse. Also, the deleted scenes have an intro done by Al Jean. Other bonus features are Homer's monologue on The Tonight Show, The Simpsons judging American Idol, and Homer introducing American Idol. And Let's All Go to the Lobby, which I distinctly remember watching many times. It also features lots of the film's trailers, being an announcement trailer from March 2006, Bunny trailers 1 and 2, which feature a CGI bunny in the opening, hence the name Bunny trailer, a teaser trailer from February 2007, and a theatrical trailer from June 2007. Here's something cool. Most of these are available on Disney Plus because they have this extra section, which I appreciate. Both commentaries are here, all the deleted scenes are here, no intro though, a trailer is here, and the Simpsons judge American Idol is here. So if you do want to check them out but you don't want to put the DVD in, they're here. Or also they're probably just on YouTube too. Wasn't only available on DVD and Blu-ray though, as it also had a PSP UMD release on January 7, 2008, which is essentially a smaller disc that would only contain the movie with no bonus features due to its smaller size, but kept it DVD quality, and could be watched on the PlayStation Portable, meaning you can watch this movie on the go. It also had a Korean VHS release, since South Korea still had movies released on VHS up until around 2011. I can't find a date for when this was released, but presumably it would have been around the same time as a DVD. It features a Korean dub of the movie. Now let's move on to the other releases, of which there are many. Since The Simpsons has been running since 1999 and VHS was still being made even into the 2000s, there are lots of VHS releases, along with lots of DVD releases. Also, firstly, I need to tell you what a compilation release is. It's essentially what it sounds like, a compilation of episodes, usually with a general theme being released. So I'm going to cover these in release order, starting with... On October 1st, 1991, the first tape of the Simpsons collection series of tapes was released, which is a UK exclusive series. The first tape is entitled Bart the General. The Simpsons collection tapes contain 2 episodes each, with this first one containing the titular episode Bart the General, along with There's No Disgrace Like Home. The same day, we also got the second, third and fourth tapes in the series, being Call of the Simpsons, which contain the episodes The Call of the Simpsons and Bart the Genius, Life on the Fast Lane, which contain the episodes Life on the Fast Lane as you'd expect, and The Telltale Head, and Moaning Lisa, which contains the episodes Moaning Lisa and Homer's Odyssey. The Simpsons Christmas Special is a Region 1 VHS tape that obviously is Christmas themed and released in 1991. This tape only contained the episode The Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire, which, as you probably know, is the very first episode of the series. October 12, 1992 sees the return of the UK exclusive Simpsons collection series of tapes, with the 5th to 8th tapes being released. Tape 5 is titled Homer's Night Out and contains the titular episode and the Creps of Wrath. Tape 6 is titled Krusty Gets Busted and contains the titular episode along with the episode Some Enchanted Evening. The 7th tape isn't actually named after an episode included on it like the others were, instead being a Christmas themed release and being titled The Simpsons Christmas Special, which is the exact same name as the Region 1 tape from 1991. It contains the episode Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire, but unlike the Region 1 tape, it also adds in Bart Gets an F. The 8th tape is Treehouse of Horror and contains the first Treehouse of Horror along with the episodes Simpson and Delilah. On October 11th, 1993, the 9th and 10th tapes of the Simpsons collection were released, being Two Cars in Every Garage, which contains Two Cars in Every Garage and Three Eyes on Every Fish, and Brush with Greatness, and War of the Simpsons, which contains The War of the Simpsons and Lisa's Substitute. The 11th and 12th tapes from the Simpsons collection were released on March 1st, 1994, being Dancing Homer, which contains both the titular episode and Old Money, along with Three Men and a Comic Book, which contains the episode and Blood Feud. On May 1st, 1995, the final 2 tapes of the Simpsons collection were released, being tapes 13 and 14. Dead Pudding Society, which has the titular episode, along with Oh Brother Where Art Thou, and Mr. Lisa Goes to Washington, which features that episode and separate locations. On April 28th, 1997, a tape titled The Dark Secrets of the Simpsons was released. It contains 4 episodes, being The Springfield Files, Homer the Great, Lisa the Iconoclast, and Homer Badman. This tape is also one of many that would have a DVD re-release under the Simpsons Classics collection, which is a collection featuring DVD versions of VHS releases. The DVD version would release on September 8th, 2003. The DVD version swaps out the episode Homer the Great with the season 10 episode Homer to the Max, which came out in 1999, so didn't actually exist when the original tape was released. On September 16th, 1997, we got the start of the Best of the Simpsons series of tapes, which would end up having 4 sets, each containing 3 volume/tapes in the set, and each tape/volume contained 2 episodes, and one of the old Simpsons shorts. So the first 3 volumes were released in the Best of the Simpsons Wave 1 box set on September 16th, 1997, and contain only Season 1 episodes. Volume 1 has There's No Disgrace Like Home and Life on the Fast Lane, and the short Family Portrait. Volume 2 contains Bart the General and Moaning Lisa, with the short being The Funeral. Volume 3 has The Creps of Wrath and Krusty Gets Busted, with the short now being The Aquarium. A few months later, on February 3rd, 1998, we then get the second set that released volumes 4 to 6, again having 6 episodes and 3 shorts. Volume 4 contained Treehouse of Horror, the original one, Bart Gets an F, and the short Bart's Haircut. Volume 5 has the episodes Two Cars in Every Garage and Three Eyes on Every Fish, and Bart vs. Thanksgiving, along with the short Scary Movie. And tape number 6 has Bart the Daredevil and Itchy and Scratchy and Maude, with the short The Bart Simpson Show. It didn't take long for the next set to release, as it came out on May 26th, 1998, containing volumes 7 to 9. Volume 7 has Bart Gets Hit by a Car, One Fish, Two Fish, Blowfish, Blue Fish. One Fish, Two Fish, Blowfish, Blue Fish. Yep, that is what I meant to say. And the short Shut Up Simpsons. Next up, Volume 8 had The Way We Was, Homer vs. Lisa and the 8th Commandment, with the short Family Therapy. And Volume 9 contains the episodes Three Men and a Comic Book and Lisa's Substitute, with the short this time being Zoo Story. The last release wasn't until April 13th, 1999 and has volumes 10 to 12. Volume 10 has Mr. Lisa Goes to Washington, When Flanders Failed, and the short Burp Contest. Volume 11 has the episodes Bart the Murderer and Like Father Like Clown, and the short Grandpa and the Kids. And the final tape, being Volume 12, has Treehouse of Horror 2, Lisa's Pony, and the short Making Faces. These Best of the Simpsons tapes look cool, but in terms of a way to actually watch the show, it works, kinda. Like, you can watch some episodes, and if that's all you wanted in like 1998, this works. But if you wanted to watch the series in order, it's not great, just containing a bunch of random out of order episodes. April 14th, 1998, the VHS Sex, Lies and The Simpsons came out. This has 4 episodes included, being The Last Temptation of Homer, Bart After Dark, New Kid on the Block, and Lisa's Rival. This was another one to have a DVD re-release as a classic, which came out on August 16th, 2004 for Region 2 and November 3rd, 2004 for Region 4. This one's a pretty obscure release. I mean, I only have the year of release, no actual date, so that must be obscure. Also, it came out in 1999. This is a promotional release, only containing a single episode and being made solely to promote the show. It comes with a cool little booklet too. Anyway, the actual tape is titled Oh Brother Where Art Thou, and contains the episode of the same name. You could get this bad boy at the UK store Asda, and it was released by part of a promotion by newspapers News of the World and The Sun. On October 1st, 1999, the VHS The Simpsons Springfield Murder Mysteries was released, containing both parts of Who Shot Mr. Burns, which, honestly hearing the tape's theme I'd expect that, and Black Widower and Cape Fear. This is another one to have a Simpsons Classics DVD re-release featuring the same episodes and being released on April 18th, 2005. October 1st, 1999 also saw another VHS release being The Simpsons Crime and Punishment, which on the cover actually tells us the heights of The Simpsons and shows that Marge is over 7 feet tall if you include her hair. Interestingly, this also had a DVD release on April 18th, 2005 under the Simpsons Classics name. It contains the episodes You Only Move Twice, Bart the Fink, Homer the Vigilante, and Marge in Chains. A tape titled The Last Temptation of Homer was released also on October 1st, 1999, which actually doesn't contain the episode The Last Temptation of Homer. That was on Sex, Lies and The Simpsons, so it's odd that this tape is named after an episode that isn't even on the tape, but oh well. The episodes it actually contains are Colonel Homer, One Fish, Two Fish, Blowfish... I mispronounced that for a second time. One Fish, Two Fish, Blowfish, Bluefish, Simpsons and Delilah, and Homer Alone. This also had a Simpsons Classics DVD re-release on April 18th, 2005. Another October 1st, 1999 release was The Simpsons Too Hot for TV, which is an interesting release, being, well, what you think it'd be, as in episodes that were too hot for TV, so were either just censored or banned. It is rated PG though, so... It contains Treehouse of Horror 9, Natural Born Kisses, Grandpa vs Sexual Inadequacy, and The Cartridge Family. The episode The Cartridge Family was banned from the UK television channel Sky One due to the recent 1996 Dunblane School massacre for its heavy depiction of guns, specifically the scene in which Bart and Milhouse find Homer's gun in the fridge because they're children. Also, Homer uses his gun irresponsibly throughout the whole episode. Also, the episode Natural Born Kisses received a temporary ban due to scenes of Homer and Marge making out and being naked in public. So if you want to watch them in 1999, buy this tape. Also, these episodes are definitely unbanned from Sky One now. This tape had a Simpsons Classics DVD re-release on September 8th, 2003. October 1st, 1999 also saw the release of The Simpsons Go to Hollywood, not to be confused with The Simpsons Go Hollywood. These are two separate things, we'll cover that one later. The VHS release contains the episodes Homer to the Max, Fear of Flying, Krusty Gets Cancelled, and Flaming Moe's. It had a Simpsons Classics DVD re-release too, which was on September 8th, 2003, and didn't actually include the episode Homer to the Max. Instead, it was changed to the episode When You Dish Upon a Star. Probably because Homer to the Max was already included on the Simpsons Classics release of The Dark Secrets of the Simpsons. Also on October 1st, 1999, lots of releases this day, we got Bart Wars, an obvious Star Wars parody, The Simpsons Strike Back, an obvious Empire Strikes Back parody. The tape contains the episodes Mayor to the Mob, Dog of Death, The Secret War of Lisa Simpson, and Marge Be Not Proud. This tape had two different DVD releases. The first was on September 8th, 2003, being under the Simpsons Classics collection, and another North American release on May 17th, 2005. Not as a Simpsons Classic, but simply just as a DVD. Also, it removed the subheading, now it's just Bart Wars. The Simpsons Greatest Hits was another VHS release, and this one came out on November 8th, 1999. As you might have guessed, this contains The Simpsons Greatest Hits, as in, like, important episodes, being Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire, which as you know is the first episode, Sweet Seymour Skinner's Badass Song, the 100th episode, Trash of the Titans, the 200th episode, Bart Gets an F, the episode with the highest rating, having an estimated 33.6 million views when it aired, and Lisa's First Word, the 69th episode. Funny number. Also the episode featuring Maggie's first word, probably more the reason it's on here. This tape actually had 5 episodes, and lots of others had 4, so this had a Simpsons Classics DVD re-release on September 8th, 2003. On November 29th, 1999, we got a VHS release of the entire first season, being all 13 episodes, which was spread across 3 tapes, and released in a box set titled The Simpsons Year 1. Tape 1 would have episodes 1 to 4 included, Tape 2 has episodes 5 to 8, and Tape 3 has the final 5 episodes being 9 to 13. The Simpsons Against the World is a VHS tape released on January 10th, 2000. This tape has a very apparent theme, which you can see by the episodes being Homer versus Patty and Selma, Homer versus Lisa in the 8th Commandment, Marge versus the monorail, and Bart versus Australia. So yeah, it's The Simpsons versus something, hence the name The Simpsons Against the World. This tape also had a Simpsons Classics DVD release on August 16th, 2004. The Simpsons Go Hollywood, which is the one that I mentioned earlier, is a 3-volume Region 1 set released on January 11th, 2000 that contains a selection of somewhat Hollywood themed episodes being Marge vs. the Monorail and A Streetcar Named Marge on Volume 1, Who Shot Mr. Burns Parts 1 and 2 for Volume 2, and Bart Gets Famous and Krusty Gets Cancelled on Volume 3. So, you know, Bart getting famous and Krusty getting cancelled, it is like Hollywood and celebrity themed. Viva Los Simpsons released on March 6, 2000, and it's clearly somewhat Las Vegas themed, with the episodes being money or betting related, or just having Las Vegas in them. This tape contains 4 episodes being Homer at the Bat, Homie the Clown, Viva Ned Flanders, and Springfield $. Springfield. It's Springfield with a $sign for the S. I don't know how to pronounce that. It also had a Simpsons Classics DVD re-release on April 18th, 2005. The Simpsons Political Party is another 3-volume Region 1 set that also contains a selection of episodes with 2 per volume and 6 in total. It seems to be politics themed. Volume 1 contains Sideshow Bob Roberts and Trash of the Titans, Volume 2 contains Two Bad Neighbors and Duffless, and Volume 3 contains I Love Lisa and The Trouble with Trillions. June 5th, 2000, we got Raiders of the Lost Fridge. This one obviously being a parody of Raiders of the Lost Ark, with the actual cover being that one boulder scene, but with Homer and a big old pink frosted sprinkled donut. This tape has a food theme and contains the episodes Guess Who's Coming to Criticize Dinner, King Size Homer, Burns the Coffin the Kraftwerk. Probably mispronounced that, but oh well. Also, that translates to Burns to sell the power plant, and Lisa the vegetarian. Another one with a Simpsons Classics DVD re-release, this one on April 18th, 2005. Also on the 5th of June 2000, we got the box set The Simpsons Year 2 Part 1, which contains the first 11 episodes of Season 2, spread over 3 VHS tapes like the Season 1 release. Anyway, Tape 1 contains episodes 1 to 4, Tape 2 contains episode 5 to 8, and Tape 3 contains episodes 9 to 11. There was also a Part 2 released, like at some point, maybe the same day, but I can't find a concrete answer honestly. Anyway, as you'd expect, it contains the rest of Season 2 spread over 3 tapes. Next we have a collection of sports themed episodes on the VHS On Your Marks, Get Set, Go, which came out September 4th, 2000. The specific episodes are Lisa on Ice, Faith Off, The Homer They Fall, and Dancing Homer. It had a DVD re-release again under the Simpsons Classics collection, which came out on August 16th, 2004. The Simpsons Trick or Treehouse is a Halloween-themed Region 1 set, as you can probably tell by the design and also the release date being close to Halloween. And it's another set that contains 3 tapes, these tapes being titled Halloween, Springfield Murder Stories, and Heaven and Hell. The first tape, Halloween, contains the episodes Treehouse of Horror 3 and 5. Tape 2, aka Springfield Murder Mysteries, contains the episodes Black Widower and Cape Fear. And Tape 3, Heaven and Hell, contains Bart Sells His Soul and Lisa the Skeptic. I really like the design on these, being solid colour skeletons of The Simpsons. They are just on a black background. I can't tell you any more than it just looks cool. TheSimpsons.com, released November 27th, 2000, is another compilation tape, this time being themed around technology. Also, TheSimpsons.com is a real website and this is what it looked like in November of 2000. The episodes it contains are Das Bus, Itchy and Scratchy Land, Homer Goes to College, and Treehouse of Horror X, or 10. Simpsons Classics release was on August 16th, 2004. Also, look at this comment section on this tape's wiki entry. Cheese Turd's gotta say sorry, honestly. A VHS release now with The Simpsons Love Springfield Style. This came out June 25th, 2001. It's love themed, and also has a bonus feature. This one themed around Apu. The episodes contained in this release are Bart's Girlfriend, the two Nahasapi Mapetalons, the two Nahasapi Pelettabons, the two Nahasapi Apu's last name, I'm with Cupid, and it's a mad Marge. The Simpsons Film Festival is a DVD and VHS that released April 1st, 2002. This is a film-related release, as you can tell by the name and also cover. Anyway, it contains A Star is Burns, 22 short films about Springfield, Beyond Blunder Dome, and Itchy and Scratchy the movie. This one has a bonus feature. This time it's themed around Troy McClure. Now we're getting to the ones that were simultaneously released on both VHS and DVD, with this one being on May 20th, 2002. It's The Simpsons Backstage Pass, a music-themed compilation of 4 episodes and a bonus feature being a compilation of Otto's best moments. The episodes that were included were Homer's Barbershop Quartet, A Tale of Two Springfields, The Otto Show, and Homer Palooza. This is a release I can't believe we didn't get sooner, but it's The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. I mean, we kind of got it with the Halloween one, but whatever. Which, as you might have guessed, is a collection of Treehouse of Horror episodes. Specifically, the ones included are 5, 6, 7, and 12. Again, this one has a bonus feature. This time it's all themed around Kang and Kodas, which makes sense for this release. The Simpsons Heaven and Hell is a VHS tape that, by looking at the cover and then episodes included, is religion/supernatural themed. It released on December 30th, 2002. So it contains Bart Sells His Soul, In Marge We Trust, Homer the Heretic, and Treehouse of Horror 4. This one had its Simpsons Classics DVD re-release on August 16, 2004, and its box art actually swaps out this little bar angel and devil for Homer ones, which makes more sense because you know when you've got an angel and devil on your shoulder, I say that as if that happens to people IRL, but it's usually a little version of their actual character. So, on April 7th, 2003, we got another DVD/VHS release, this time being a work-themed release titled Risky Business. The episodes contained on this release were Homer the Smithers, Marge Gets a Job, Reality Bites, and Deep Space Homer. This is another one that contains a bonus feature. This time the bonus feature is centered around Chief Wiggum. Also, something of note with this collection is that the episode Marge Gets a Job is actually the original version of the episode, in which Mrs. Crabapple tells Bart that he faked Tourette syndrome in order to avoid taking his English test. See, this was later changed to rabies in most available versions due to many viewer complaints. However, the original Tourette version is still available here. This is one I see everywhere, at least a DVD, so I'm assuming it sold well. Hell, I have 2 copies. And I mean, they also made a second one, so it must have. It is Christmas with the Simpsons, which released October 14th, 2003, and is obviously Christmas themed. The episodes contained were Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire, Mr. Plow, Miracle on Evergreen Terrace, Grift of the Maggie, and She of Little Faith. And it contains a bonus feature being Mr. Burns' Finest Moments. Pretty neat collection. Another DVD and VHS release, this time it's The Simpsons Gone Wild, featuring a collection of episodes with a party theme. This one released on June 7th, 2004 in the UK and September 14th, 2004 in the US. So the episodes in this compilation release are Homer's Night Out, Sunday Cruddy Sunday, The Mansion Family, and Homer the Moe. This release also includes a bonus feature, this time about Krusty. October 25th, 2004. I mentioned this one briefly when talking about the Christmas with the Simpsons release, but this is The Simpsons Christmas 2, the sequel to Christmas with the Simpsons. This one released just over a year later on October 25th, 2004, and contains the episodes Homer vs. Dignity, Skinner's Sense of Snow, Dude, Where's My Ranch, and 'Tis the 15th Season. This release was just over a week before Valentine's Day on February 6, 2006, and is themed around Homer and Marge's love. The DVD is titled Kiss and Tell, the story of their love, and contains 4 episodes being Natural Born Kisses, Large Marge, 3 Gays of the Condo, and The Way We Weren't. This is another release that, again, I can't believe wasn't done sooner, but is essentially themed around The Simpsons travelling. The DVD released July 6, 2006 and is entitled Around the World in 80 Days, the name obviously being a reference to Around the World in 80 Days. The episodes included on the DVD were 30 Minutes Over Tokyo, in which the Simpsons travelled to Japan, Simpsons Safari, in which they travelled to Tanzania, Blame It on Lisa, where they travelled to Brazil, and the Regina Monologues, where they travelled to England. Also, because we're not done yet, Seasons 13 to 17 had Blu Ray releases, and so did Season 20. Not 18 or 19 though, because remember, they were actually released after these other ones and for some reason just didn't get Blu Ray releases. Also, there are some combined DVDs, which are basically sets containing multiple DVDs, starting off with the most famous, the Complete Seasons 1 to 20 release, which repackages the original DVDs but in a neat, cool design box. This is cool, but also not. I'll explain why. So this is cool because it's the original DVDs, so you know, if you buy this, you still get the boxes I praised earlier, and not a cheaper, more compact case like how the Futurama series release was, and you get the box to store them in, which itself has cool artwork. But also, it seems kinda lazy to just repackage the same already made boxes, so I mean, there's no winning really. I'd complain either way. Also, this is a much better outcome than just getting rid of the boxes but just keeping the discs in a smaller case. Other combined DVDs were Christmas with the Simpsons and Bart Wars, The Simpsons Christmas 2 and On Your Marks Get Set Dough, both the Christmas DVDs combined on one release, and F-Secure Internet Access 2008 and The Simpsons Movie, which is probably the weirdest release as it combines The Simpsons Movie with an antivirus program. I don't know why, but okay, sure, I guess. The last thing I'll mention is the German MC tapes, which are these things. Usually I wouldn't mention just foreign releases, but just because they're on these MC tapes, I'm mentioning it, because that's just a cool thing to mention. There were 15 of these released, and there doesn't appear to be much info about them. So that concludes the video. That was such a long video as expected, with the amount of releases there were to cover. Anyway, if you enjoyed, which you probably did because you are literally at the end of the video now, like and subscribe, and watch the video that's on screen. If you want more Simpsons DVD content, I have a video on my second channel showing off my entire collection, so you can click and watch that now. Also, watch Our Stupid School, it's a cartoon I made and I meme. Cool, bye.